Yeah, what up?
What up? Cheers. Frequency Control Show. So today we're just winging it. Uh, we've been knee deep on both ends and doing music all day. So we're just gonna give you guys some value, but it's gonna be kind of all over the place, or we'll focus in like we normally
Who
do.
knows where it's gonna go?
We'll do what we do, which is normally we lock in. So, but no specific topic. May become a topic after, but if you're watching live, there's no topic. Later on, we can retitle this and do all that. So.
Hello. 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 Okay, so I just want to kind of like talk about, man, this morning, man. I woke up, looked at my phone before I did anything else by accident because my alarm, right? So my alarm goes off on my phone. I hit my alarm and I'm looking at my phone and I'm looking at the Facebook icon and I push it. And sure enough, now maybe it's because I'm not super popular on Facebook and I don't really care. But, you know, I'm looking at the bottom right of my screen and there's a one, right? In the little red box, meaning I got a notification or something. And then there proceeds to be 3 to 4 other boxes to the left of that, right? That have like sixes and sevens on them. Like, what the hell? Just enticing me to click on them, right? And then I click on it and it's something, you know, black cop, cop kills black kid, and then I click on another one, and it's Biden, something about Biden, and uh, nothing he's done this whole term yet, and then I click on another one, and it's Harris, Camilla Harris, and how she hasn't gone to the border yet, and how she finally went to the border after being pressured, and how horrible she represented our country at the border, and this and that, and the things she said, and I'm just like, if you don't take your if you don't take control of your day from the very beginning, then your day is going to be controlled for you. Now, luckily, I am able, luckily I'm woke up enough to be able to see what's going on. So, I click on this little Harris one, you know what I mean? So maybe I'm not that woke up because I clicked on it, but I clicked on it, and the first thing it said, it had a picture talking about Osama bin Laden's niece is holding up a picture of talking about Trump won at a, somewhere near where she was supposed to be, and you would also think, I'm pretty sure security would be at an all-time high, that you wouldn't just be able to roll up on a boat and hold a sign talking about Trump won at anything near Camilla Harris is going to be going to anywhere in the fucking world. Excuse me. See, I try not to cuss. Anywhere in the world, right? So the whole point is, so I looked at it and I started reading the comments, and it was nothing but pure just. This was an MSN page, pure the news page, just purely just, in the comments, more hate, people talking about, it was just a pure thread of hate, uh, just spreading more negative. Well, just goes to show that, Trump, look at the people that are supporting the Trump initiative, and obviously anybody that supports Trump, they're obviously wackos, because look, Osama bin Laden's niece is supporting Trump. So obviously all Trump supporters are fucking wacko. And who even know if that's even Osama whatever's niece? It could have been just some stuff to spread on the page, so the people that are manipulated by their mornings by tuning into this stuff, like I was this morning, um, you know what I mean, just spreading hate, more negative, yeah, just more negative energy, more time of people talking shit to each other, more time to keep us apart and divide us. I just can't. It's just funny to me how I'm pretty sure like the elite, the people that are controlling all this shit have to be laughing at us, because there's no way that we would be able to get together and stand together to be able to do anything about this whole agenda that's brought mass to our faces and everything that's been going on. It's no I it's no wonder why they're able to do this, because we're never going to be able to come together as a enough entity to be able to stand up and do something about what's being fed to us, what's being fed to our children, what's being suggested that we shoot up in our arms to be safe and take these masks off. I don't know. I don't even know how that turned out, what I just said, but I just wanted to, if we don't stand together, man, and take control of our lives, then we are just gonna continue to be corralled as sheep, and it's only gonna get worse. And that's all really I wanted to start with. I don't know where to go from there, or if any of that made sense. I hope it I hope it resonated. Like people are so wanting to get back to their normal life. Means without this, all they want to do is take their mask off, and they'll do anything possible to be able to take this freaking mask off. And guess what? The one thing you can do to finally take that mask off. What's the one thing you can do to finally take that mask off? And then guess what? For the people who don't want to take this mask off, what's going to happen down the road? All these incentives. The offering free. Hey, get that mat. Do what it takes to get that mask off, and you get a free vacation. You're going to offer me a free vacation to do what I need to do to get this mask off. You're going to offer me a free vacation. And the people that don't want to do what it takes to get the mask off, you can't vacation anymore. What else is coming? We can't go to the grocery store. We can't buy food. We can't buy gas. You can't go to a concert. You can't go to an NBA game. You can't go to an NFL game. You can't go to work. You can't. And they got it in this, it's just like dividing us, man. And as parents, you got parents who are having different opinions from between mother and dad, and dad's opinion might not line up with mother's opinion, so therefore they don't want to be around you. They don't feel safe around you. And now you don't see your kid for a whole year because of a difference of opinion, because one person might not believe in what the other person believes. Now you don't get to be around your own child for a year. Now let me tell you, I just think, man, a lot more people need to look at the bigger the bigger picture. I don't know what else to say.
Sounds pretty political. I think it started off basically taking charge of your day. If not, all the distractions out there can actually pull you in every direction as it has will. and, and now the podcast is about hold your kids tight, people. So
Man,
this is a positivity show. So we'll try not to go too political,
no, we never do. I was
but
just
the main point is the distractions are there. So you really have to start your day off, own your day, start it off, and the way you want. There's too many things out there, like Will was saying. There's four other buttons that are taking him down this path you see him on. And I think he's a great example of right now how this show started, as to how your day can be pulled that way, and then his mind starts thinking these things and going down these rabbit holes, and how it's affecting him personally in his life and everybody around him. But it is. It's like they tell you, don't read your email first thing in the morning because that's going to steer you in that direction. And if it's a negative email, you're automatically going to start your day off incorrectly. And then now you've got the wrong energy to approach your day. So that's massively important. I mean, all the elite know better than that. Like, do not be. I mean, I don't even watch the news. I mean, so it's not even necessarily political, but don't watch because there's just so much negativity, false narratives, and sure, there's some valid news, but I mean, if you're trying to win out there in your life and get better in your life, why are you watching stuff about the Taliban and murders and people killing people? I understand we need to be aware, be involved in our communities. I get that. But don't let that take over your day to where now you're just part of the victims. If you want to win and be able to help, you're going to have to separate yourself from a lot of that stuff distracting you to get stuck in it and have you spinning in circles and chaos. So there's a lot to be said about owning your day, and you are the master of your destiny. You are the person who gets to decide what content you look at, what turns you negative, and those things. And so you are the person that has the control to say, no, I don't want to watch that. No, I won't watch that. Like for me, I don't like scary movies. Why? Because they scare me. So the bottom line is I don't like to be scared. So what do? I'm the master of my destiny. I'm the master of everything around me. I get to choose. So I don't watch scary movies. Like my kids, they watch scary crap on TV, and then they can't sleep at night, and then they run in my room, and I'm like, why did you choose to do that? Now do you see how you've let that take over your emotions and how you're feeling? Now you're in mom and dad's room and you're sleeping here all night freaking out because you think Freddy Krueger's under the bed. So you choose or choose not to do whatever it is. And so it could be horror movies. It could be, whatever it is. I even noticed watching stuff that like is very depressing, like the Holocaust, or watching things like that. Like next thing you know, I leave just upset the whole day, and it's like that thing's 70 years ago. Like it's like, well, I mean, it's terrible, right? It's an atrocity, but like, what good is it for me to be all upset all day about it? Like, what am I doing about it? And what truly am I going to do about and fight? It's like, am I going to take on the militaries and like I'm one person, so I can only do so much, right? And if I am, I have to be objective about it, create a plan, a goal, and start to knock out things to do that. If that's the fight you want to fight the bad government and all that stuff, then you start setting out goals and setting out things, get into politics and start weaving your way into how that fix, or hell, start yourself a militia or do whatever the hell you need to do. But
no.
the bottom line is good luck because they got tanks and bombs and all kinds of shit. But realistically, it's like what do you want to focus on? Do you want to focus on all the negative shit that's out there? Because before this stuff was a pandemic before, and there was a the Cuban Missile Crisis and the Cold War and communism, and they broke down the wall in the 80s, and there's always been something, right? Uh, so,
Right at election time, which is so freaking
yeah,
convenient.
it's always going to be there. So do you want that to confuse you and let you be? It's gonna, it's gonna throw you off of your plans and goals, and it's gonna confuse you long enough to where you cannot be effective and get ahead in life. And that's why the 1% stay the 1%, because they can keep you down because you're easily freaking distracted. Ooh, shiny quarter. Oh God, there's something in the news, as opposed to, oh, let me focus very heavily on what I'm trying to get done. So we're easily misguided, redirected, sidetracked. So own your day. And be very cognizant of the things that do steer you that way. That's why I don't let myself get on social media that much. If I do, it's a quick thing to see if I got a notification from a friend that wants to say something to me, my mom, and then I'm off. It's literally probably a 3-second thing. That stocks, all that stuff, just real quick, boom, boom, boom. And even when I look at them, a lot of times I just go, "Oh my God, negativity." Like even my stocks, I'm like, "Oh my God, it's just going down." Like this pisses me off. But you be very cognizant of the things that will sidetrack you from what you're doing, because then you'll be stuck and focused on that. And you get all rah about something that you can't do shit about. And unless you plan to go get guns and organize and be a leader like that, then shut the fuck up. So the bottom line is, because you ain't doing nothing but complaining at some point. And so don't complain. Move on. If you're not going to actually do what it takes to fix it, and stay on track. That's my thing, is stay on track. Stick with the plan. You know, I've got a plan right now that I created months ago with a friend of mine. That friend has deviated and derailed and fell off the tracks, and yet I stay on track, and I'm finishing what I said I was gonna do all the way till I'm done. So that person go haywire and crazy all they want. I'm finishing what I said I was going to do and doing exactly what I said I was going to do and staying on track. And it will deliver at the same time it would have delivered before. I refuse to let that chaos over here on the side, even if it's the person that's part of that plan, throwing me off, trying to throw me off my square. But you can't, because I'm going to stick with my plan, my goal. You're not going to affect me. You're going fucking nuts, and I'm going to finish what I'm doing like I said I was going to do. Simple as that. It's and it isn't as simple as that. It's tough, but you literally have to monitor and, what do they call, censor the information you have coming in towards you. That type of information. Just like you censor the wrong type of people, censor the all those wrong type of people. Why? Because they're an influence, right? Well, so is TV. So is your cell phone. Don't let that information come. I notice when my wife gets influenced, the next thing you know, she's talking about these tectonic plates that haven't shifted in years, and it could cause a tidal wave, and it can go all the way to the 5. It's going to wipe us out. And do we have a plan, and rations and food and all this stuff? And like, we'll literally be upset and freaked about it and want to move, because she got sidetracked and taken on that whole journey. That's a whole new roller coaster ride. Woo! Okay, the new thing. You watch the news, you get taken on that roller coaster ride. That might last 5-10 days, and then guess what happens for you? You didn't get the goals and things you needed to get accomplished done. You know what I mean? Same thing with one of the reasons I try to keep it, other than just being a good other half of the marriage. My anniversary is tomorrow, 10 years. But that's the thing, is like I try to make sure we stay cool as much as I possibly can, because I'm a human. But it's because I know if we're in chaos, it's gonna sidetrack me from what I'm trying to get done. Because now I'm concerned about that relationship and what that's gonna be, and now all the goals I have set out for the day and the plans and those little baby steps during the day are what help me in my overall big goal, are gonna be sidetracked with the fights and the little half-ass stuff with emotion and all that stuff. Some micro moment of time where I let my emotions control my decisions as opposed to my brain control my decisions, and then it's chaos. Your emotions will get the best of you and control some shit that and take you on a journey. Let any other than a sociopath, psychopath, killer, anybody who's ever killed somebody or been in prison, a lot of times it was some emotional tirade they went on and let their emotions run with it. They killed someone and they're in prison the rest of their life. Now the emotions have gone by the wayside and they're stuck with what decisions they made in an emotional state. So the thing is to stay steadfast and logical and stick with it. And part of that piece is don't let yourself get bad information. People, even the closest people to you, will try to get you shit information and sidetrack you with their little emotional thing they're going through, and you can't let that affect you. I'm proof of that because I have that happening in my life, and I refuse to let it affect me. It upsets me a little bit, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to add to that fire. Stick with the plan, and I'm so happy I've matured as such, because in the past I would have went off the rails. My life would have been in shambles because I would have done some stupid shit. But right now I said, no, that's going to pass. I love that person anyway. And I'm just going to stick to the fucking script. Exactly what it says. It says do this. As opposed to, well, I chose to get emotional and let this thing affect me. And it's like, no, you can choose to let it affect you. You can choose not to. And I choose not to. So, and you stick to the script. And you just keep plugging forward. Stick to the script. Stick to the script. There's something to be said about that. So be wary of the distractions out there, i.e., your social media, your news, all those things when you're trying to do it, because they will pull at your emotional strings. That's how you stay glued to that screen, you know, and it'll take you. And I know even me talking that shit, I'll turn on that TV and they'll just get me just right. And it could be as stupid as a barbecue video and barbecuing, and I'm like, man, I'm getting this new grill because mine's rusting out because we live in the Northwest and it rains nonstop. And I'm like, man, I got to get that new grill. And next thing you know, I'm watching, and I'm like, damn, I should be upstairs recording and getting my stuff done and working on these marketing things. And instead, here I am, 30 fucking barbecue videos in, getting schooled on cooking and hooking it up because obviously I'm an artist and so I'm creative and food is creation. So yeah, you can get sidetracked by all kinds of stuff, and it could be good stuff too, like barbecuing. At the end of the day, my friends, or I don't have any friends, but anybody who comes over is gonna eat good food, and your friends might say, hey, they'd rather have 7-Eleven spicy dog, but but you just
No, his barbecue good. His barbecue's good. Trust me.
he's like, it's okay. Is what he says. It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah, he heard over that one day.
2 hours of work, and he's like, it's all right. It's okay.
Yeah, that was the first time, but the ribs the last time were freaking outstanding.
The new way I do them are 10 times better.
Yeah, outstanding. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Fall off the bone.
But
Get me a new Weber grill. It's gonna be fire.
any of you listening, man, I created a tool, the daily takeoff checklist, to help you, like, just really hone in on your morning. On top of that, I do have finally the audio versions that explain the daily, not just explain the daily takeoff checklist a little bit more in depth, but also has two other audio versions of the whole daily takeoff checklist in an audio version, so you can just listen to it when you're driving to work each morning or wherever you're going. And then there's a repeat version where you can, like, repeat the like the daily takeoff, sorry, the morning blast, where you can repeat it, and a repeat version as well, so that you can, hear it, repeat it, what you're trying to achieve in your own words, and just that much more solidify the advantage of your day. So that'll be, that's coming. It's done. I just got to figure out how to put it all together, So that's pretty exciting. But if you want to edge up on your day to make sure you set it off properly, download that daily takeoff checklist and um, get these audio versions that will be available here soon.
Those are, so I think that's such a good, segue is like we're talking about not getting distracted on your day, and really a best way is to start off right in the morning, getting on track, and like that daily checkoff sheet, that's getting in the right place, right mindset, knowing where you need to be emotionally, mentally, and getting it all in check right off the bat in the morning. And then, believe it or not, once you get in the right, you're like, I'm not even going to try to get on social media. Hey, that doesn't add value to what I'm trying to do. So,
The whole thing is it gives you, for myself, this daily takeoff checklist gives me something else to do in my morning besides turn the alarm off my phone and look at everything else that's going on my phone. Knowing, hey, I'd rather, you know, I'd rather read about my my next main game and my next logical hustles and what I'm trying to achieve next and my self-confidence formula. I'd rather read that than go on here and look at these negative posts with negative comments that just led me down my whole day to talk about this negative shit in a podcast. So super important. Download the daily takeoff checklist and check it out. And these audios that explains more about this daily takeoff checklist and how to use it and why those things are in the daily takeoff checklist should be available next week.
so, and you can see the importance of starting your day off right. Because if Will would have read the daily checkoff sheet and stuck to the script, he wouldn't have started this podcast the way he did.
No, I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't have. Even though it's okay, like
Hell no, he wouldn't. Yeah.
we're all human to work out,
Oh, for
but
sure.
I could have had a more positive day. I could have had a more positive approach when I got on with my homie tonight. I could have, we could have talked about maybe more positive things, so you never know, right?
No, we do know. So the bottom line is set your day up correctly, and you will have a great day. You know what I mean? So barring any wild ass shit, like this absolutely takes your day and throws it sideways. But for most of us, most of our days, most of the time, are basic ass days. And we just go through the motions. And so you can say having a basic day where you have a bad mindset and let it basically be just a non-productive day, or turn your day that could be a basic day where no wild ass shit's happening and be a very productive day. And those are confidence builders. You have a great day, that really builds confidence. You really start to uh like I had a Saturday that I was able to bang out like all this marketing stuff that I thought there's no way I'm getting all this done. And just next thing you know, I got into a flow state, and that's real shit. And next thing you know, all of a sudden I was in a place I was like, oh my God, this thing's like almost wrapped and done. I'm like, if I keep going like it's a wrap. This is gonna be crazy. But uh, something to be said about managing your day, knocking out the things you need to do, and then the confidence that it gives you to go the next day and go even harder.
For sure. I don't really have. I don't really have anything else.
I'll just laugh at your big mouthful of fucking seeds. I was thinking, that UGK song is like, I got a pocket full of stones. I got a mouth full of seeds. I got a mouth full of seeds.
Yeah, I just needed some salt, man. Honestly.
I was just
Uh,
I was just watching a thing on that, like the salt intake, and like, oh, Bill Burr, he's on a diet, he's in shape, but he's like talking about how, like, don't eat a bunch of salt, because what happens when you have a bunch of salt, it triggers your body, and then it wants a bunch of sweets. He goes, and then it just like throws your body all out of whack, and then it gives you all these cravings, and so you gotta like watch the salt you eat, and sugar as well, but mainly high quantities of it, like something like what you're eating right now, which is pure salt. Because next thing you know, it makes you
so
want the
salt
sweets.
is what creates the craving for sweets.
Salt, salt is what creates the sweet craving.
Really? So that's what created this big ass freaking bag of. I was craving sugar. I had to go back to the store and get this big bag of these sour bite crawlers because I knew I was gonna need sugar later for some reason, not even knowing why I needed sugar. Hey, there you go. See, I even learned something on our podcast other than you know, other than yeah, I'm not gonna mention it. Don't mention it. We'll talk. Yeah, off air. Yeah, off air. So yeah,
All right, guys. So stay
I'm done.
focused. Stay focused. Be wary of distractions. One you have in your pocket or in your hands all times of the day. You check it in the middle of the night. That's a big distraction. Mine's tough. Mine is actually my. I'm. That's how I make money. Is that through my phone. So be very, very, very careful of where distractions will take you, especially if you're trying to do something big. If you're just trying to have a positive mindset, treat people right, and all and you don't really care to achieve anything massive, that's good too. I mean, you just want to enjoy your life, and that's it. Fuck it, man. That's awesome. You have found, I freaking envy you. Like so. If that's all you want, still, you want to maintain a great mindset and positivity. Be very wary of all the things that'll sidetrack you and make you upset. I've seen these people, like, no knock to people who have addiction and all that stuff. I'm very familiar with that. But like, just, you could tell they've lost all their teeth through addiction, and they're like all messed up on social media going fuck Antifa, and they're like saying all this crazy shit, like, and they say it over and over again, and it's like, just like, man, what happened to these people that let them get so sidetracked that's what they're talking about, online. And I'm just like, damn, man, like, that's not a good look, like, you got to get your mind right, get your day right first, set your day up with that simple daily checkoff sheet is going to help you get to a point where you're mentally just where you have the closest of your friends acting stupid, and you can stick to the script because you're so freaking on point, that they can act as dumb as they want, and they can be your ace, your side dude, your right or right hand man, left hand man, whatever the hell you call it. They can be that guy, and you still stick to the script. That's my one guy. That's my dude. And you know what? I'm sticking to the script. I'm doing what I said I was going to do. I'm not going to let you act a stupid ass, and then all of a sudden I do something different than what I said I was going to do. Then I'm just the same as you. Don't lower your energy to other people's energy. Again, like they used to say, don't stoop to their level. It's true. Why would you? Somebody does something lower. So you see somebody who's broke, or like you say, you see somebody who's homeless and not making a lot of money. Would you stoop to their level and then lose all your money and then start living in a tent too? No, like, and that's the same thing with people with poor mindsets, a homeless mindset, a mind with no home. The bottom line is, you're gonna fucking take your mind and your ability down to their level. No, those people are poor in their minds. They have a poor mindset. And you wouldn't take your mindset down to a poor person's mindset. And I don't mean poor as in money. Uh, you know, but they have no mental wealth. So you take yourself down to their mindset, and then you expect to achieve great things, lowering yourself to people that are like that, or that they don't understand your vision or what you're trying to do. So do you want to lower your vision to their level of vision, to what they can understand? I know it's funny that I see people around me as I start to win and keep winning in my business right now and make more and more bread, and then people start to go, man, I thought that fucker would fail a long time ago. Like, damn, and he just keeps leveling up and leveling up. Oh damn, oh he's about to do 200,000 this year. Oh shit, like, and then next thing you know, they start to go like, oh, I was like trying to be like, yo, you want a job at the fucking shoe factory, like, and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna do this thing you can't wrap your head around that I do. And it doesn't matter that you don't fucking know what this is, that you don't get it. But that's why it's making so much money, because if everybody understood this, that's why they would make all that bread. You know, but if I was to lower myself to their mindset of like what tradition tells you, go get a job at this place and work for this person and help achieve their vision, I would be doing as well as that person that does that. But I'm doing better than that person. You know, sure, there are going to be some obstacles in my future. I imagine so. And I've had plenty since I've been a boy, living on couches, living outside, and otherwise. It's like, and it ain't nothing but a freaking hurdle for me to jump, you know? You don't see a person doing the hurdles going, oh God, there's another hurdle. And then, oh my God, there's another one. And then they're sitting there crying before the hurdle. No, they just hop over them bitches like they weren't even there. They're running as fast as a lot of us can sprint. The hurdle in front of us, just flying through that shit. Like that's the same thing. It's like it ain't nothing but a hurdle. So anyway, keep your mind sharp. The daily checkoff sheet, you'll see the link in the description. Will's been working super hard on some content and some things for you to get your day right, to get your mind right.
Wait till you hear these audio series, man. It'll kind of make that. It'll make the whole daily takeoff kind of just checklist just make more sense for you. And there's some like just things in there to think about and keep in mind. It's really exciting, and I can't wait to
And,
you guys.
and from a credibility standpoint, Will is the one who blessed me with this information and articulated it in such a great way that I could take it in and utilize that to help me have the best year I've ever had. And mind you, I'm a person who's produced for Snoop Dogg and the Dog Pound and all types of shit.
Already,
So could have said years ago that was the best. I've been on stage with Ice Cube. I've done my thing. So my thing is like this last year being my best year with what Will was able to articulate in such a way that me, a person who's not a pessimist at all. I'm a let's go get it guy, but I'm very skeptical of bullshit. So if I see something that looks too pretty, I don't believe it. So if I see an Adam's apple on that, it's probably not what I think it is. Like don't come here in sheep's clothing and think that I'm gonna just bite because you look pretty. So and Will's able to articulate that to me. So this is coming from that person who's able to articulate that to a person like me who's very skeptical of anything. If it's too good to be true, I don't believe it. And make me a believer, and then help me to utilize that same information and apply it to my last year to have the best year. Also, it helping me to overcome anxiety, overcome stress. By having that positive mindset and expecting great things and things like that, it allowed me to overcome my anxiety, my stresses, and be like, oh, fuck, man, what if? Because you're starting your own business and you got a family that depends on you and you're jumping out the window and your family's like, dude, what are you doing? Go get a regular job. and you're like, no, I believe, and you have to have that belief system in place, will help to articulate that to me to where I could do that this year. My business, I have a few other businesses, but like that are everything's going up for me. But my thing is, but that this one that's holding me down right now, making sure I'm good. That created a lot of stress for me. But by having this information, the mindset is great. So it's one thing to have the information. It's another way that Will is the person was able to articulate that to me, to where I could wrap my head around it as a naysayer, if you will, and then enough so that I take that information, utilize it, relieve my stress. Where I used to be a person who would wake up at fucking 2 in the morning and flip out in the middle of the night, just trip it out like, oh crap, because I'm doing big shit. Big shit's scary, right? Big shit's uncomfortable.
Like shit is uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable because you ain't never done it before. But
And most people don't do it either.
Will was able to articulate that to me and believes in that information so much and knows it in and out and eats shits and sleeps it, that he was able to articulate that to me and help me have the best year of my life. You can see I have my own shirts, like what big deal, right? But the bottom line is, but my websites, my music, the whole nine, and more than just music. There's marketing. There's mad shit happening. But there's so many big things going on, and it's like that's the person that articulated me. So if there's any credibility piece, there's credibility for me to say as a testimonial right here on a podcast. I've utilized that information in my life and in my last year heavily to apply it heavily. I was applying it before, but more you could see it like building into something big this last year to have the best year of my life. That's the person that's articulating that to you in these audios. That's the person with these daily checkoff sheets that's articulating that. So when you want to go, well, who is this person? Well, that's the person. You know what I mean? That is doing those things and are able to articulate this kind of information and is the right person to articulate this information. As a person who believes in it so strongly, he'll die on that sword. You know what I mean? So that's the person articulating that. That's where you're getting your information. That's your audios. You're in a good place, and it's exciting to know that's coming. It's exciting to hear that it's being finished. As I know he's passionate about it, because with Will, you may never get some, like we talked about him being a genius, but he just his action is not at the level it needs to. His action isn't at the level of the genius he's at, and it's getting there. And it's getting there. That's why these audios are so exciting, because you go, fuck, finally these great ideas this guy has is starting to fucking turn itself around. It's so some great shit's gonna come, and those audios are just the tip of the iceberg. So I'm excited about it. You guys should be excited about it. You'll get that daily checkoff sheet. It's huge. You got the morning blast. I mean, it's like pump yourself up. I found one of the best tools in my life that I got from Will with the morning blast. And sure, it was in a book somewhere, but I read that book, and guess what? I never even heard it in that book. Will tells me, and I'm like, oh, this is dope. He goes, it's in the book you said you read 6 times. I'm like, what? It's in that book? Like, oh shit, I didn't even know. I would just listen to the book, and eventually the person talks, and you doze off. You look her at the wall a couple times. You miss that part. But that said, that stuff has helped me. Like, I start to get down on myself. Say, whoa. Pat yourself on your back. I want to talk about this a little bit. Like there's something to be said about saying, I was really upset at myself the other day. I got this song to a point where it went from being a labor and kind of like, oh, this is a bitch because I've got to go through all these vocal files and get all this stuff done, to I worked on it for about 4 or 5 hours, and I got it to a point to where I was like, oh, now this is exciting, because now I get to do the beat arrangement under the vocals to make the vocals pop in a certain way. But I did all the mixing and carving out of the harshness and all that stuff and getting it dope. but now I get to do the beat part of it, take it, the post production. So after you make a beat, someone sings to it, then you go ahead and then you edit the beat and tweak it to do dropouts and mutes and all this other shit. And I was like, now it's exciting. But then I had 3 extra hours of the day later on after dinner where I was like, okay, I need to get back up in there and work on these beats because I consistently come out beats every week and I got to finish. And I didn't. And I was really upset with myself. And the next day I was pissed off like I failed.
Mm.
And it was like a boss. A boss, like, well, literally, you know, when a boss tells you only the stuff you did wrong, but you're like, well, what about, you never talk about the stuff I did good. I get that I failed in these 3 places, but what about all the stuff I did do? I folded all the fucking carpet samples. I put the tile, I straightened the tile down this aisle. I did this or that. Sure, that bell rang for 10 times over there in the rug section, but you know, I was busy with the customer. I could have probably broke off and pressed the button and helped them and then came back. I get it. And a boss will only just bang you over the head about what you didn't get done right, but you're doing so many things right in your life. Same thing with like a husband or a wife or a kid. You know, your wife, she's constantly doing something good, but you just bitch at her because she parks too close to your car or whatever the hell it is, right? Like, but you don't recognize people for what they did right. Well, same thing for yourself. You have to show yourself that same respect. And it's like, I was able with this type of information to catch myself and go, whoa, you're getting really hard on yourself about those last 3 hours. Yes, Robert. Yes, you could have done those with your sync licensing thing, uploaded more stuff to your libraries. You could have definitely done that, and it would have been awesome. But you didn't. But what did you do yesterday? You know what's so awesome? You got that stuff mixed, and it's almost going to be done and completely out. These 2 songs for another artist right now who doesn't appreciate shit. But the bottom line is that, you know, those 2 songs are going to be done and out, and they're going to sound fucking awesome. And then you can prove your point as to why you take a little bit of time with the song because you want it to sound amazing, you know. And you know, you got that done yesterday. Why are you mad at yourself? Good job. Can we get a little bit better? Yes. Isn't that awesome that you have room for improvement? I think the fact that you have room for improvement is pretty awesome because one thing would be sucky is if you're failing and there is no room for improvement, now you got a problem. Now you're doing everything you can. You've exhausted all options. How dope is it that you have that extra 3 hours that you're going, I guess I can level up. You know, that's dope. That's a win. Ooh, that's a win. Okay, I found an opportunity to win more. But don't forget the wins you did have the day before. You know, so there's something to be said about that. Not, you know, don't be hard on yourself. Did you get something done? You know what I mean? If you slept all night and you slept most of the day, but you got up and took the trash out, you better fucking celebrate taking that trash out and the fact that you got it out in time for the trash money. And guess what? That trash can's gonna be empty, man, and you're gonna be able to fill that all next week until he comes again. That's a win. I'm saying start there. And then the next day, it might be another thing. And then the next day it might be a little bit more. But you got to, if you bang yourself over the head, guess what's going to happen? You're probably not even going to take the trash out the next time. Now you're just laying in bed, and next thing you know, you're 800 pounds. They got to cut you out the fucking house. You know, that's what's going down. So there's something to be said about it. And man, once I gave myself a high five, I've been real big on giving myself pats on the back. Hey man, you did a great job. No, it's not everything you wrote down on a paper, but what you write in goals on a paper is arbitrary information where you just put it down there and assuming you're going to be able to get it done. You know, not factoring that you're human and get tired and all the other things in life. So, anyway, control your day. Be very, very, very wary of distractions. Get that daily checkoff sheet. Get that morning blast. Again, the reason I talked about this whole last half of this section was that morning blast, which is kind of giving yourself a high five. It's telling yourself, I am a winner. I am the shit. I will make $1 million, whatever the hell it says on there. But the bottom line is it's something that pumps you up. right? That morning blast section is the part that helps me to pump myself up and say, no, 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 you're winning, you're kicking ass, you're gonna make the million. And when I think about like my Lamborghini I have, right?
Yeah.
No, it's street real shit. It's like, no, it's not here yet, but I'm making all the right moves to get it. So it's just like getting through the grocery store or knowing you're working and by the end of the week you'll get a paycheck to where you'll be able to go to the grocery store and buy the groceries and then buy your new barbecue you want to get because that check's going to cover that. You got your little commission check this month, and next thing you know you're going to get it, but you weren't 2 weeks prior going, oh, never's going to happen. He's talking about the barbecue he's gonna have, and he's celebrating that he's getting. Oh, dude, I'm getting that new Weber grill. It's got the little side smoker thingy. Oh yeah, and he's like, dude, why are you talking that shit? You got the new Weber. It's like, yeah, dude, I'm getting paid, and then I'm getting that Weber. Like, yeah, I'm celebrating that, and I'm celebrating my Lamborghini because I'm working on this, and I'm doing the right steps and doing the right things, to where I should be celebrating the Lamborghini as I would my new barbecue, being pumped up. That, man, I got that new fucking barbecue. That's the shit. It's like, but you haven't even paid for it yet. But I'm gonna pay for it. I know I'm gonna get it. And so for me, man, having this mindset's been crazy, especially with the Lamborghini thing. Like, just going, man, I am doing the right steps that get me in that car. So I should be celebrating it now. Just like I do my barbecue, because I'm getting a new dope ass Weber. It's this shit. But like, I'm getting that with all the little doodads and shit on it. And it's like, I'm going to cook up the dopest shit. You got to think that same way about your Lamborghini, your mansion, the house that has the infinity pool that looks over to the ocean, your next girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it is you like. You got to think like that. And when I do, man, it's awesome. But it doesn't happen without taking charge of my day, doing my morning blast, telling myself I don't do the daily checkoff sheet anymore because I've done it so many times in the past. In fact, I did a video version of it where I heard my voice telling me the stuff, and then the morning blast stuff, and then it's under my fingernails to where I don't have to read a sheet anymore. I took my training wheels off, and it's now my parachute. Every time I start to fall, I can pop that parachute and it slows me down. I can get grounded, figure out, okay, no, you're awesome. And I have to revert back to that morning blast to myself. And it might be the afternoon blast because I'm just like, I fucked up. I started the morning, I just got jumped on, fuck all my stuff and started hammering down. Very, 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 very valuable information. So you may see this a year, 2 years from now. Who knows when you see this? But at the end of the day, this is universal. It's forever. It's not, the fad, the new thing.
There's no
Man,
extra.
yeah, no expiration on this shit. All right, guys, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to see new shit. Typically, we hit on Thursdays. Sometimes we have family things or whatever, and we may hit a day later, but we always come every week, whether it's on a Sunday or where we figure it out. So I think there's only one time in the whole history where we didn't get on and do it right. So whatever that was. So thanks for showing up. Thanks for watching. If you did, I appreciate it.